Hey now. Hey, 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 hey now. Hey now. Hey, hey now. Hey, hey now. Oh no. Oh, EB fell. That's not good. Hopefully they're alright. Oh, hey, hey, now. Hey, 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 now. Hey, 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 now. Jesus. Hey now, hey, hey now, hey now, hey now. Yamoogle. So I have to ask, are your lips tired? Hey, it's Abby. How's it going? We're gonna defeat the Clod of Darkness. What a clod! Just so nobody thinks that that's a typo, I did mean to say Claude, not Cloud in the stream title. Oh my god, Facebook, get the hell... God, Facebook's so weird now. Yo, Wayne. Hey, this monster comes with a handle. Don't touch that. Oh, man. Yeah, Cloud of Darkness was like the forgotten Final Fantasy villain. Now she's everywhere. Because people are like, wait a minute. There's an old Final Fantasy villain we're not unaware of? And she's sexy? Even in her own game, she's not that well known because they only mention the Cloud of Darkness at the very end of the game. Like we just heard about her last week, you know? Yep. Don't touch that. Well, I was thinking of Moogle blowing up his, you know, the thing. This is where I blow, right? No. It's at the top. Aww. That's no fun. It's not going to be a lot of Final Fantasy III because we're at the end and we're going to play Ultima. So, I should probably talk about Ultima, right? And Wayne, from my understanding, I think this thing might be bigger than his bed. Like, he spent an amount of money on this that I can only describe as stupid. Stupid money. My understanding is it's like 6 feet tall. So that's why I keep asking him, are you tired? Are you out of breath? Because he's going to be blowing the thing up for like a while. Unless he's got one of those, you know, those air compressors. But who's got that just lying around? You do? Who am I talking to? Of course you do. Oh my god. Moogle, you haven't done bad things with the air compressor, have you? That's the same thing. Wait a minute. Why do you have that? No, realistically, I'm not joking. I'm wondering because like, does somebody use like air mattress or something or? Just, you really need that if you have like an air mattress, you know. I've slept on an air mattress. It's not great. Probably any kind of mattress that you've ever thought of, I've probably tried it at least once. You used to use an air mattress a long time ago. Yeah, okay, so yeah. That's why you need that. Because if you get an air mattress and you don't have that air pump, you're forget it. You'll be there for weeks. It's just never going to happen. Some vacuum cleaners will do it, but not a lot of them will have that feature to reverse the flow and go the other way. You need Bart Simpson to be like, I didn't think it was possible, but this both sucks and blows. So let me talk about Ultima, because we're going to be finishing Final Fantasy 3 and moving on to Ultima 3. And I want to talk about my experience to Ultima and actually how it relates to Final Fantasy in a way. And how it relates to why I'm playing Ultima 3 and not the first two games. So, you know, when I was a kid, I was just getting into video games and whatnot, right? But, you know, I had like, you know, growing up, it was like Pac-Man and stuff like that, right? And then there was the NES comes along, and that's where I actually got really into video games. It wasn't like, you know, every once in a while you play Pac-Man, every once in a while you play Elevator Action, that kind of shit, you know. But I don't really remember playing Elevator. I remember Pac-Man. But anyway, like Pac-Man and like Space Invaders and Asteroids, that kind of shit, you know. But then NES comes out, and it's like, you know, you got Super Mario, and I'm trying to remember, like, what were the early games I had other than Super Mario Brothers. It was, like, Dunk Hunt, obviously. We had Spy vs. Spy. I remember that. That was actually a really fun game, but you had to play it multiplayer. You had to play it against someone. And there was no fun against the computer. The computer was too easy to beat. But anyway, you know, we had all these games. And then along comes The Legend of Zelda. Right? And I didn't have it right away. Hey, Gray. But I saw it on TV, the commercials. Zelda was a very advertised game, right? But I didn't have it. And I'm just trying to just ease you guys into, like, my first experiences with role-playing games, right? And then we started renting games, like, on a weekend or whatever. We'd rent a game for, like, a week. And this was a way of experiencing new games, right? And it was actually right around the time like Zelda 2 was out that I first played that, and then we were like, we got to get the first one. We played Zelda, and then it was like my uncle, right, who got me into role playing games. Like, even though I played Zelda, right, like Zelda's like an action RPG, but then there's like every other kind of RPG, and I remember he got the game that at the time was called Dragon Warrior. And, you know, that's Dragon Quest 1, and I was really kind of fascinated by it. You know, I'd never seen anything like that. Because if you think like Zelda, it just kind of like dumps you into the game. Like, okay, you're Link, you have a sword, go, do the thing, go find stuff, go figure it out, right? Where this is a game where, like, okay, you get a little bit of story, and then, you know, you have to buy your equipment. It's sort of a slower paced. And it was my first time that I'd ever seen turn-based combat. And then, and you guys have heard the story of Final Fantasy, right? Final Fantasy comes out. And that was a game that was, like, started out as a rental as well, where we thought the game was called Final Fanta because the box was behind another box and all that, right? And this is, like, the first time where you're, like, controlling more than one character. It's not just, you know, your guy, like in Dragon Quest, but several guys, 4 of them. And you could pick from 6 different classes and make a party out of that. And you can go, you know, 4 white mages or, you know, whatever you want, right? And you name them whatever you want. And it's a little bit more complex. It's a little bit more in-depth. So then there's Final Fantasy. And I just remember, like, going to, like, fucking, like, Taekwondo one day, or my uncle. And he says, you know, the next one I want to try is called Ultima. And I'm like, what is that? And he's like, it's just a game like Dragon Warrior or like Final Fantasy. And then there were, like, several Ultima games out for PC. But we were playing on NES. He gets Ultima Exodus. I played at his house. And this one was, like, a little beyond Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest. Because it's like, not only are you making a party of 4 characters, you're not choosing from 16 different you're not choosing from 6 different classes. You're choosing from, like, 14 different classes. You have to choose your race. You have to choose your gender. You have to choose everything. It's almost like, it's sort of like Dungeons and Dragons in a way, right? And I didn't know that it was Ultima 3. It was called Ultima Exodus, you know, and then they released the 4th game on NES, Ultima Quest of the Avatar. And those are the 2 that I was very attached to. And you could do stuff with the rescued princesses at the end, yeah, especially in the Game Boy version. But yeah, it's interesting, like, so Ultima Exodus is, like, sort of like there in the formative years of getting into RPGs, you know? Where you have to worry about things like, does this treasure chest have a trap on it? Or, you know, do we have to talk to the right people at the right time? You can steal from people. There's, like, you know, it's almost like, when you think about it, it's almost not like Final Fantasy. It's more like Skyrim in a way, like a very primitive version of that. And that's sort of where you started to see the difference between Western and Japanese RPGs. And what's interesting is that, you know, Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy and all this stuff was inspired by Ultima. Dragon Quest started as, you know, like, Yuji Horii and what, you know, was a big wizardry fan, and then you had, the other guy's name I can never remember was, into Ultima, and they were like, what if we made a game like this in the Famicom and made it work on the Famicom, and that became Dragon Quest. Yeah, actually what it was, Moogle, was that it was a school project that he was doing when he was in high school. And he was playing Dungeons & Dragons with his friends, and they had to create a program for, like, a project. They had to create a program, and a lot of them were creating games. And he decided to make a game based off of Dungeons & Dragons campaigns. And it was called, like, AD&D 1, AD&D 2, like the different revisions of it. Until he got to a point where he had, like, a pretty great game, you know, at least for the time, for the 70s. And it was, his friends convinced him that he could release it commercially, because back then, to self-publish a game, all you needed was a printer, some Ziploc bags, and a shit ton of blank floppies. And then he would sell them to stores, and the stores would sell them, and you'd get these PC games that were floppies with, like, 1 page of printed instructions, and they were in Ziploc bags. That's how a lot of games were sold, the self-published games at least. You didn't need boxes and all that. But he needed a title. He couldn't call it Dungeons & Dragons. So because he was a giant Tolkien nerd, he called it Akalabeth. Yo, what up, Brandon? How's it going? Or should I say Branduin? Yeah, I was just talking about it. It wasn't the first RPG I played on console, but it's, like, among the first, you know? So, Branduin, are you a river? I'm just joking with you. So, because he's a Tolkien nerd, he called it Akalabeth, and he released it, and it was kind of a success on a local level, and Ultima started as, let's take Akalabeth and make it, like, into something that actually has, like, a story, a campaign. Because all Akalabeth was, you talk to Lord British, he'd say, go slay this monster, and you go out searching for that monster and kill it, and you go back and he would be like, hooray! Now go get this other monster. You know, and that's what it is. It was called Akalabeth World of Doom. And, that's really all there was to it, you know? But now there was, like, let's take the idea of Akalabeth and make it, like, a story. And so you have, like, Mondane the Wizard and all this. And he turned it into an actual game. He actually wanted to call it Ultimatum. But, it got cut off at the end that it's Ultima. I'm very nostalgic for Quest of the Avatar, but specifically the NES version, because that's the version I grew up with. I'm actually thinking we ought to stream the NES version really soon too. Maybe like right after this. We're still waiting for Thousand Year Door remake, right? All right, guys, let's get started. We're gonna beat Final Fantasy III here. Let's play the intro. Yeet! We gotta go out. We gotta go out. We gotta go out. Oh. Can't hide the aroma of flowers. You can with shit.
Yeah. Fire! 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 Yeah. Oh, fire!
That's exactly what she said. It's something about her ass. Yeah, I get the feeling, though, she's very lonely. She kept talking about her ass.
What the hell?
You beat me. But now you're going to have to take on the desert route to get the water. Oh, I'm dead as shit.
My home planet needs me. Goodbye. Let's go down to my pond. I'll teach you the nature of getting quacked out.
Fuma's alternate color is fucking whack. He looks like a fucking punk rock banana. Please enter box. That's what she said. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Come on, are you an ass? You think you could prevent me? You can't stop me. I can't be stopped. Oh, I could be stopped by that, though.
Oh, punish me! I got a knife! Oh, I'm a naughty abomination.
Hey, now. So, you know, I did a little bit of leveling up. I didn't go too crazy, and I'll tell you why. Because my initial thought was maybe I need to get myself to, like, level 60, right? And then I thought, well, we don't want to be, like, too overpowered, right? My controller's not on. So what I thought was, see, I got myself to level 54. And at the time, last week, I think I was level 52 or 51. I think some of my characters were 51 and some of them were 52. And I was like, well, what is, because I really don't know, you know, Pixel Remasters balancing. What is the level that people are at who are beating this game? So I looked up a video of somebody fighting the last boss, and they were at like level 51, and I'm like, that's really interesting that you're at level 51. And you're just, so it's not as hard as it used to be, I guess. You don't have to be massively overpowered. So that being said, I was like, well, I committed myself to getting a little bit of leveling up done. We might as well just get it done, right? But okay, we got to go fight the NES version. You have to be pretty way over level to beat her easily. We got to fight one more fiend before we fight the last boss. We got to fight the what do you call it? The Twin Head Dragon, I believe it was called. And here we got a Queen Cilia. It's too bad that you can't, like, back out of this area, because I would have gone back and bought more shurikens. But that's okay. But not only did I want to level up to be more powerful, but I also wanted to raise my job levels, and you can see my job levels are pretty good now. Okay, so I believe the one we haven't done is this one here, right? Shadow Masters. Go, ninja, go, ninja, go. Go, ninja, to blow. Should I even, like, fight Jean one last time? I think I will, actually. Why not, right? What's stopping me? We got Jormungand, which is spelled weird. That's not how you spell Jormungand. But actually, okay, so Brandon, I did want to ask the origin of your username, though. Like, I know you said that you messed up at the one, but like, Branduin, like, was there a particular origin for that? I'm just wondering. Because I like the name. Hey, oh, hey, here we go. I'm just gonna cut loose on this man. God, with the damage I'm doing, I won't need spells in the second round, probably. Especially since I do need to heal Lingus. He's dead. There's the last ribbon. So you could actually get 5 ribbons in this game. Isn't that crazy? Cilia. Ow. Throw a Curog at him. Nope, never mind. I'll heal after this. So everybody's job level goes up. Let's, might as well use up the items, right? I'm going this way because it's a pretty neat, nifty little shortcut to prevent you having to go through this whole spiral. You can go right to the end. There we go. Let me save it. Used Branduin on Discord in memory of your Welsh grandmother. Oh, okay. That's sweet. That's sweet. Are you on our Discord? Because you should be. Moogle, could you get an invite? Darkness will prevail and bring an end to the world as you know it. You will now disappear with the rest of the world. Right, let's go. Twin-head dragon. Or two-headed dragon in this version. Okay, so haste and... Oh, you don't have haste. Bahamut. Wow, 5,000? That's right, this guy's low defense. He takes damage quickly. Haste and throw that out. Honestly, the two-headed dragon looks like there's like just another dragon behind him. Oof. Hold on to this for me. Drop it like it's hot. Yeah, Moogle or Gray or anybody, can anybody get a... Moogle, you're my only mod right now. Could you, Oh, Alice is here. Hey, Alice, how's it going? Thank you. There's the invite link. Ow. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. How was lunch? And there's Moogle with the same link. Well, slightly different one, but it all goes to the same place. No, don't do that. What am I doing? This guy's probably almost had it. Your browser turned black? Moogle, this is why when you... I was happy for you, by the way, when you won that game in Captain Retro stream last night, because it was only you and me, and I was kind of hoping Moogle wins, because Moogle, like, never wins that. But that's why I kind of asked you, can your computer handle that game? Because your computer seems to kind of suck. Red curry chicken, that does sound good. Yeah, we got it. That Aeon Wrath of Ruin, that sort of retro shooter. It's like a new game, but it looks like kind of like Quake 2-ish level graphics. Everybody's job level goes up. Alright, that's the last Dark Crystal. Not to be confused with the Jim Henson film. I am a warrior of dark. Our worlds came from the void and will one day return to it. This is only one force that can keep the nothingness at bay. Hope. The void is inevitable. Well, I'm Iron Man. Someday it will consume everything. But today is not that day. Not while there is still hope and love in the worlds of light and dark. As long as there is hope, the world cannot win. Because you know how, like, Captain Retro, like, he'll do the giveaway thing, and then you have to, like, pick a number. And, of course, Moogle picks 69, because Moogle's got a Moog, right? So, yeah. With the powers of light and dark, defeat the force that is calling forth the void. That's it, yeah, Wrath Aeon, or something like that, but that's the game. Alright. Alright, let me save it. Alright, guys, we're ready to fight the Clod of Darkness. I said you could fight her as soon as you get here, but she's too powerful. Like, beating those 4 fiends weakens her greatly. Do I really gotta do this? Alright. Protect? Really? Jormungand. What are you doing? Your name is spelled wrong. I know, right? But Moogle won it. It was only me and Moogle in the drawing, and I was kind of like, I hope Moogle wins, because Moogle never wins the drawings. But, oh, nice. Yeah. It's just like, and then it says 69. I'm like, of course 69. And then that game, and I'm like, shit, can Moogle's computer run that? I gotta go like this. Alright. Alright. Ow! Snot bag. Yo, what, you got a hard on for Angus? You're about to get very hard. You're almost fully petrified there, right? Luna's job level went up. Nope. Incorrect. Save it again. Alright, here we go. It's a first-person shooter, Gray. That looks awesome in this version. We are the Cloud of Darkness, bringer of wrath and destroyer of light. You and your world will be sacrificed to the void. Not if we have anything to say about it. Ha! This is the world of darkness. You think that your powers of light can defeat us in our own land? Here comes the Dark Warriors. Oh, that's cool. Their light alone may not be enough, but our powers of darkness can suppress your evil. You would be willing to sacrifice your lives for the light? Fools, behold the chamber of fart clouds. We will not let you reduce the world to nothing. Your demise is none of our concern. So each one that jumps into her weakens her. That's why it's important to do that. I saw that. I thought it was pretty cool. The crystals of darkness may be gone, but we have no need of them any longer. We will defeat you and absorb the powers of light. The world will become the void. This is where you die, Warriors of Light. Last boss. The Clod of Darkness. Oh, nice version of her theme. The clods, the clods, the clods, the clods. Alright, start tossing them shurikens. We're gonna get Protect going. Not Protect, what do you call it? Haste. Oh, you don't have haste. Shit. Rapahumit. Oh, yeah. Fart cloud titties. Yeah, that's usually what she does. What am I doing? Don't do that. Ba, 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 ba. That's what I'm looking for. Give me that damage. 12 shurikens might be good. You know what I'm saying? Let's start doubling up on the Curaga. Welcome to the Chamber of Thoughts. Oh no, why are you going first? Fuck. That's how it happens. That's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Damn, I was hoping to do that. That's okay, it's fine. Oh, physical attack! I got lucky there. Arise, chicken! I might have enough shurikens. The damage I'm getting. I was hoping that I could have gotten more than that, but... There's my last one. Cranberry juice. I'm getting significantly less damage now, but that... Yo! The clods, the clods, the clods! Boom! The clods! In the beginning there was the void, then came light and darkness. From them everything was born, the heavens, skies, water, fire, life. Time inexorably brings all back to its beginnings. But from life something new was born, a shining force that separated the light from the dark and illuminated the world. It was called hope. When the balance between light and dark is broken, and the world again slides towards oblivion, the chosen will appear once more. Do not forget, the source of the warrior's power is the hope that lives inside us all. Thanksgiving won't be the same without the cloud of turkey parts. Yo, what up, Taco? Dreams, despair, love. Time can obscure it all. Do not accept this. Do not forget it. And time will never erase what life has to offer. Find your last remaining spark of light. A light that shines brightly when all else is dark. The light of hope. You came just in time, Taco, to see the last boss there. Get her ass kicked. The clods! There's a screensaver. was like, that was weird. We beat her, and then there was this text on the screen. You're all still here. Luneth, Refia, Ark, Ingus, you did it. Well done.
No doubt you're the true heroes of this story.
Not half bad. Come on, it's time to go home. The clods, the clods, the clods! It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure's all ours, but I think it's about time I return to Amber.
Oh, there's the rest of his circle jerk. Every chocobo wants pie.
Fellas, you're back safe and sound. Of course, barely broke a sweat.
Without your help, we never would have made it. Thank you.
If you need help, we heroes will be here. Come and train with us anytime, until we meet again.
We've reached Saronia. I suppose I must return. That's Sid, that's his beard. Thank you for everything, Your Highness. Your Majesty. It was your light that saved our world. It is I who should be thanking you, brave warriors. You meant the town wizard guys? No, those are beards. If I can lead my kingdom even with half the courage you have shown, I'll be content. You have my sincere thanks.
The clods!
We switched to this airship for some reason. Like, we feel like using the flying submarine. We've almost reached Canaan. Guess this is my stop. My wife's probably worried sick. Wait, I'll get off here too. Why do you want to stop in Canaan, Desh? Well, I just wanted to check in on someone. Huh? Okay, fine, it's Celine, okay? Oh, you want to see her? How sweet. Aw, come on, leave me alone. Go get her, Tiger. Desh is gonna score. Imagine the modern version of Yellow Submarine. The Beatles would be like, we all live in a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine, a yellow submarine. And hear like Neil deGrasse Tyson in the back of the theater. No, we don't. Honey. Oh dear, not in front of your friends. You're embarrassing me. He just honked her boobs. Selena. Desh, please don't ever leave me again. Never, I promise. Come on, honey. We can't let these kids show us up now, can we? Okay, fine. Just one kiss, then. Oops, got a little carried away there. Sorry about that. Let me know if you want any more adventures. I could always lend a hand. Oh, no, you don't. Looks like you're not going anywhere for a while, Desh. I'll rub it in. You're welcome back here at any time. Besides, you still gotta try my wife's cooking. Thank you, Sid. Desh, we'll see you later. She's got the most fantastic cook hole.
You mean oven?
No, I mean a cook hole. Oh, dear. Shall we head back to Sasune now, Your Highness? Can't I stay with you? I don't want to go home just yet. Try my wife? Did you just say try your wife? But Princess Sarah, don't you understand? I want to stay with you. The four of you. You, and you, and you, and you, and me simultaneous. Oh, did I embarrass you? Come, let's go to Ur. Ur! Ur! It's Ur! We're home. Oh, I can't wait to see where you grew up. Welcome back. Oh, Luneth, Refia, Ark, Ingus, you're home. We did it to Papa, Nina. Well, I always knew you were destined to do great things.
I'm Garfield.
That'd be a better Garfield than Chris Pratt. We're proud of you. Welcome home. You saved the world. Well, you're amazing.
So I guess they weren't joking about leaving the Warriors alive, huh?
Heroes get a kiss from me. Pucker up. Not so fast. Oops. The world is now safe from the darkness. Come on, there's 4 of us. We can all share a little bit. All this is thanks to your pure hearts. Thank you, Warriors of Light. Oh, look, the light. There's a dude that's got a fake name in there. The crystal is back to its former brilliance. It's beautiful. The darkness is dispersed and a new dawn has come. All over your face and chest. Nut. That's very bright. Ugh. To the fans across the globe, both past and present, and to the crew who brought the originals to life, we offer our profound and heartfelt thanks. You actually see that screen at the end of all the Pixel remasters. Well, I haven't played 4 or 5 yet, but it was in 1, 2, and 6, okay? There's the credits. We'll let them roll. So that's Final Fantasy III's Crystal Remaster, is something that I almost said. Pixel Remaster, and I gotta say, really good. Yeah, really good. Definitely the most straightforward way to play the game, I think. It wasn't that tough, you know, compared to the... It wasn't that tough compared to the Famicom, and it wasn't that complex and weird compared to the DS. So we're gonna... Speaking of complex and weird, we're gonna be playing Ultima. Actually, this might take a long time, huh? I think I could speed it up. Wait, I am unable to speed it up. No, it's definitely not easy. I mean, you could always overpower it by just leveling up, you know? This is a pretty well-balanced version, I thought. It was a good, healthy challenge without being impossibly hard, you know? Oh, I guess now that Mario RPG Remake is out, it's come out that it's developed by Arte Piazza. And a lot of people are like, oh, Arte Piazza, they made a lot of Dragon Quest games. And it's like, no, not really. They made a lot of Dragon Quest remakes. They're sort of the developer that's known for making really good remakes. So it's actually like, that's a really good sign for the Mario RPG remake. That it's Arte Piazza, because they're just known for good remakes. Yeah. Because they were the ones that did Dragon Quest 4, 5, and 6 remakes on the DS. And a bunch of other shit, too. But they're just known, like, if you have a game, like an older game that you want remade, you can call them up and they'll do an excellent job with it. Who would have made a shitty remake? Blooper Team. Team Blooper, right? Okay, Tanya, yeah. Did you guys know that at one point with Kazarth Studios, we were actively remaking an old game, and at the same time we're planning on remaking more games? Here's the overworld theme. So I think most people know that at one point we were somewhat involved with Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. We were doing a remake. Because this guy, Jake, whose name I loathe to say because he really ain't shit, he was doing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest Remastered. And then Tanya entangled us with this guy. And it's a whole mess, and I've told the story before like a million times, right? But here's the lesser known part, is that Tanya's plans involved having Jake as sort of like Kazarith UK, and that he would be in charge of developing remakes like that, because we thought that he had, well, I had my doubts and I expressed them initially, but we thought that he had permission to do. Tanya had plans. Yeah, I know. We thought he had permission to do Mystic Quest Remastered and sell it commercially from Square Enix. And when he finally came forward, because at first we thought he didn't, and he was just releasing it, and it wasn't going to be a commercial thing. But then he said, no, I have permission from Square Enix and all this, right? And when he finally furnished us the proof that he had permission from Square Enix in this contract, right? He sends it to me and Tanya, and the first words out of my mouth was, "That's not a real contract." And he's all like, "You what?" And I'm like, I don't know, man. This looks a little weird. This doesn't look like what a contract looks like. I've seen contracts. This is a little weird. And he's like, "Well, it's because we're from different countries, That was his thing. Like, this is what contracts look like in the UK. And I'm like thinking, I suppose that's possible, but really, it seems fishy to me, and I think we should have somebody look at it, right? And I told Tanya, I said, you gotta get someone to look at this. She claims she brought it to her lawyer, who I don't even know if she really had a lawyer. She claims she had a lawyer, his name was Charlie, and all this shit, right? Speaking of which, I know I'm going off topic here, but I don't know if Alice, did you hear about Charlie Dominici? Because apparently he passed away, like, today. Like, the news of that just came out. He was the original singer in Dream Theater. But anyway, as I said Charlie. But she claims she had a lawyer named Charlie who looked at it and said that, it's a little... It may not be, like, a typical contract, but it is, like, legitimate. And sort of the line that, like, you could write a contract any way you want, as long as the terms are legal and both parties sign it, right? But the thing is that he forged signatures, and it was all fake anyway, right? You know how I heard about it? I got an email, because, I created the Dream Theater wiki on Fandom Wiki, and somebody had edited the Charlie article for Charlie Dominici. And I don't take a very active hand in developing the wiki anymore, but I looked at it just to see that it wasn't vandalism, and I noticed that the only change was pronouns changing is to was, and I'm like, did Charlie die or something? And I looked on Wikipedia, and it was the same thing, it was. And I went on Facebook, I'm like, yeah, he passed away. I was like, damn, I was actually friends with Charlie. I've known Charlie for, like, ages. For real, yeah. And, I hadn't heard from him in a while, and I wonder if he was, like, sick or something, but, yeah, he had been quiet. The last thing I heard from him was just, like, congratulating Mike Portnoy on being back in Dream Theater, which is, like, I don't know, I'm not so happy about that, but anyway, yeah. Yeah, he passed away today, this morning. But anyway, getting back to the other thing, so Tanya started seeing dollar signs, right? Because we weren't all that actively involved in Mystic Quest Remastered. We were helping him with sort of late-stage QA. Like, the game was done, right? But we were helping him with improving it as a product before release. And then, it all came out that it was all bullshit. He forged the CEO of Square Enix Europe signature. It was a fake contract. It was all bull. And what's more, he had brought his fake contract with his... Because the dude lived in London, right? And that's where Square Enix UK, which was Eidos Interactive and now is a whole lot of nothing. That's where they're located. He brought his fake forged contract to Square Enix's office and showed it to them. Like, how wild is that? Imagine doing that, right? Like, that's insane. But anyway, before all that came out, Tanya was seeing dollar signs. She was seeing a way to, like, make a lot of money remaking old games, and she thought if kinda, he was taller than either of them, but yeah. Well, not taller than Brad Garrett. I guess Brad Garrett's really tall. He's definitely taller than Gandolfini was. But I always thought he looked like a little bit like Billy Joel in the face. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, you know, like when we did speak to the people at Square Enix, they were saying, no, this guy's. They didn't say the word crazy, but they said, because it was the British, they said a very British phrase. They said he's a bit touched in the head, if you understand us. Yeah, it also describes Tanya, of course, right? Of course. But anyway, she was seeing dollar signs, and she was seeing a way that, like, she wanted to turn his whole thing, she called Dark Design Productions, into basically Kazareth UK, and work with companies in remaking older, unappreciated games like that. Because everybody remakes the classics, right? Final Fantasies get remade all the time, but not Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, right? So it was a way of taking, like, not only remaking Mystic Quest, but improving upon it. But then we started to think of, like, other games that were sort of underappreciated and that we could remake. And believe it or not, the first one was actually Phantasy Star 3. That we wanted to do a Phantasy Star 3 remake. Of course, it never happened because it was all bullshit. He's full of shit. She's full of shit. They're all full of shit. You know? I'm stuck between two assholes that were both full of shit. And while we very quickly realized that Jake was full of shit, it took a little while longer to realize that Tanya was full of shit. But there, we did it. Sure, why not? Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. There we go. And I get achievement, a vision of hope for defeating the cloud of darkness and restoring peace. I was wondering, like, where my achievement at, Square Enix? Not that it matters. All right, guys, let's set up Ultima. And Tagash was like, I remember Tanya.